The day has finally come. EA has released info on what they're doing for goalies in NHL 16. I will break down all of that info for you guys, plus provide you with some other little tidbits I picked up from the game changers on the forums, Reddit, and YouTube. So let's get right into it. On the EA website, it says, control the crease. The fate of your team is at your fingertips with all new enhanced goalie controls. Precision skating captures the authentic look and feel of a goaltender's momentum and precise movement as you control them in the crease. When shots start flying, decide whether to make controlled positional saves or commit to high-risk, athletic saves that may leave you vulnerable to secondary chances. And EA also posted some more answers to questions on their Ask EA about goalies. They answered 3 different questions and they are all pretty much the same. Each one just had a little different variation of the information in it. So cutting out all of the EA bullshit that they like to write, they said they have new motion capture for goalies based on Eddie Lack, as we now found out, so that you can take both smaller strides and big T-pushes when you either want to reposition in the crease or make more committed moves to the opposite side to track cross ice passes. That's big. We have also put specific focus on ensuring players aren't locked into saves when they want to continue to slide with momentum. And the other answer is just more of the same stuff, but they say that if you want to track a single skater with the puck or push over quickly to track a cross-ice pass, you now have the tools to do so. You are also accountable for your momentum, so pushing back the other way in butterfly is different than pushing from a still position, since you have to recoil first, which makes you much more accountable for staying in control. We have also improved the ability to push into saves so that you don't feel locked in or stopped by the AI. Now I'm impressed with these answers that EA's provided. Smaller strides or big T-push. The fact that they even use the word T-push is promising. That's an actual technique used by real goalies. What's going on, EA? It's used by goalies to get from one side of the crease to the other in one big stride. You turn your whole body and push off to get yourself set up on the other side of the crease quicker. I'm assuming this is what they mean when they say commit, because they've been using that word a lot. It sounds like precision movement will be more relevant this year. I mean, this past year, I didn't even have to use it once I learned to be gentle on the left stick, so that's a good thing. It's going to add to the learning curve. You can't just be flying around the crease making dumb saves all the time. You got to know when to be in control. They also talked about less AI control, which is outstanding. Hopefully there will be no more random dives or desperation saves. I know a lot of goalies on a cross crease will try and slide over in their butterfly, and all of a sudden the spread eagle save kicks in, they get beat top shelf. That's no good, so hopefully that's fixed. And they say more accountable for being in control, which is great. It'll balance the gameplay out, so you can't just fly back and forth across your crease, still making crazy saves. You'll have to learn when to use the T-push and when to use the precision movement. And don't worry, guys, I'll help you out when that time comes. Don't worry about that. I'll still be here. They do mention that they're still mapping out the controls, and one of the EA game changers, that Pope on the forum, said that he thought there was a new button. And I have to imagine that that new button will control whether or not we want to do a big slide or T-push. That's my guess. Maybe it's a little more advanced, like a button that will allow you to plant your outside foot to either stop your momentum or start a big push across the crease. I don't know. That's just my speculation. B-Bunny, who's also a game changer, has updated us a little bit on what the new goalie update is about. He says, EA has added new animations thanks to mocap from Eddie Lack. So anything you see from the goalie, like in the screenshot we put up earlier, that is from Eddie Lack in his mocap. The words control versus commit were used a lot when goalies were discussed, and I believe that's something EA wanted to change to the old G system that was in place. There was talk about changes to core mechanics for goalies in the motion of goalies for sure. I'm pretty sure this is mostly for human goalies. He says he wishes he could go more in depth, as I'm sure there are plenty of questions, but unfortunately that feature wasn't in place in the build they were playing. So next build, when they fly back out next month or so, they'll be able to give us more information. And just to expand on B-Bunny's post a little bit, commit versus control is a good thing to hear. That's what we've been missing. We want the tools to make tough shots, but I want them to require a brain to know when to use them, and I want control over it, not the A. So that's a good thing to hear. YouTuber Yui Bear also posted a video about the goalie update, and he gave us mostly the same information that EA has given us, but he also extrapolated a little bit on some of those points, and he said it was an early build once again that he played, and it wasn't perfected yet. He said movement was very fast, tough to control, and you had to get a feel for how minimal you had to move. It still needed to be tuned. One thing I really want to focus on in his video is that he didn't think there were 3 different sets of animations for the 3 play styles. So my understanding of that is that in those play styles, hybrid, stand-up, butterfly, they're not going to affect gameplay or animations like they did previously. So they'll just be stat-based builds. So presumably a stand-up is going to have better glove and stick high stats, a nerfed 5-hole, and be bad at stopping low shots, whereas a butterfly will be better at the low stuff and hybrid will be an average of both. That's pretty good to hear because I hate how they classify goalies in 3 different styles when no one in the NHL plays strictly one style or the other anymore. They're all hybrids. Although he said it was an early build, he said the movement was fast and tough to control. This is great. I hope they modified a little bit because it sounded crazy, but it sounds like we're getting the tools to make tough saves, but it's going to require a certain level of skill not to blow yourself out of position. That's great. We want the ability to make great plays, but we want it to also require talent and experience. And that's all the info I have for you guys. It looks so promising. It sounds so promising. But all I can say is if EA does not fix their servers, we're fucked. They got to do something about those servers to make this all playable. I hope it plays well in-game next year. We're going to have to see. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm actually creeping up on 1,000 subscribers. I mean, it's 250 away, but hey, it's something, right? So I'd appreciate if you guys subscribed. And all I can say is EA Sports, it's in the game. It fucking better be next year.